get into the game, you'll find it pretty complex and could be overwhelming. I know when I first logged in, I was like, I'm not sure what to do first, and I've got quite a bit of experience with different survival games. So I'm going to cover the basics for you so you can understand what you need to do and where you need to go. So when you first log in, if you log in at the very beginning, this base will not be here. It would just have a little tree in the middle and that's about it. So I have a lot more resources to gather from, but I've stripped myself down and I've made myself as if I'm just a newbie. I'm going to stand in front of the base here, in between the front of the base and the tree, to give us a starting reference. So we're going to cover some basics here. So we're going to go over the HUD and what's in it, and then we're going to cover where to get water and how to survive. I might need to go get water earlier than I expected to, because I'm just noticing now it's actually running a little low. So real basics here on your HUD side of things. So you got your standard hotkeys. So I have inventory here, and you can look at your inventory. You can look at what you're wearing and then what's in your inventory. I've just got a little bit of food here, and I had some water skins, but they're not full up yet. Over on this side, you've got all of your different skills, unlockables, personal crafting, talents, spellbook, and your faction technology tree. A lot of these are things which are actually not in the game yet for me. So things like spells are not in the game yet. So covering the basics. So your stats gives you things like your level, your experience, all your stamina, your health, your food, your water, and so on, your armor. The only reason why I've got a little bit of armor here is because I've got a couple of levels up, and I've got a class which gives me some automatic armor. Gives me my reputation with my tribe and what I can access and what I can't. Next one across, we've got inventory, which I just closed. And as I said, you've got what you've got in your inventory, what you're wearing. This is your bag to be able to give you more carrying capacity. This is a torch, which I've made just so I can show us around if need be. And then, as I say, I've got some water skins down here. This is your hotbar, showing you everything you got 1 through 10. Looking down the side here, you've got your energy bar, you've got your health bar, you've got your this is your food bar, your water bar, and this is your carrying capacity, i.e. weight. Not so much the number of things you've got in your inventory, but your actual physical weight. Let's cover these out. Next, we've got your skills. So this is going into your different sets of skills. This is going like your adventuring skills, your lumberjack, your crafting skills, and your combat skills. And this is just a really big overview of it. As you can see here, every time you punch or hit a tree, you get skill in this, and it goes up. Basically, what this does for you then is gives you perks. So here's my perks example. So let's go back to recipes. Let's go back. So as lumberjack, as I say, I'm level 9. So with my perks on that, I'm level 9 at the moment. So my level 2 perk is going to give me one or two things. I can hasty harvest, or I can precise harvest. If I scroll down here, I find my other lumberjacking one here. So I had to pick up 2. I could increase the XP for harvesting, or I could increase the carrying capacity of my resources. I increase the carrying capacity of my resources. So this is when I got to level 5 in this perk. When you get to level 10, I get the other one. I don't believe there's anything past level 10 at this point in time. Unlockables is the other piece of that, is showing it straight off the bat. Personal crafting. This is where you can craft anything which is your basics. So you can craft your picks, your axes, your basic weapon and things like that right at the beginning. So this is going to be really important at the beginning, so you're going to really want this one. This is your talents, this is your classes. You can only pick 2 classes. So you have Assassin, Soldier, Survivalist and Mystic. So you'll want to pick your classes carefully. I've gone into Mystic to start me off. Later on I've also clicked on Assassin, so I can go into Assassin as well. Spellbook, as I say, there's nothing there at the moment, and the faction technology we're not going to cover at all at this point in time. So we're going to go into our next piece, which is just basic gathering. Sprinting, you can sprint. This is using the control key. You can rebind that to wherever you like. Sprinting does use up your food and water quicker, so I'm not going to sprint here because I don't have a ton of water here. So I'm going to whip out my torch here just so you guys can see it better. You obviously won't start with a torch, so it would be pretty dark. So you can see these bushes here. These are gatherable. and you hit basically your left mouse button to gather from things. So here we go, we're gathering away, we're gathering fibre and a couple of berries here. You can see fibre's going up and we've got our berries going up. So why are we gathering this stuff? So, as I talked about, personal crafting, very important. So now it's telling me, it's highlighted now, I can make twine. And that is it at the moment with what I've gathered, i.e. the fibre. So we're going to want to make a basic tool, a basic bow. And we're also going to want to make a basic set of tools. Where did the tools go? There we go, right at the very top. So we have to have wood sticks and flint. So, wood. There's a number of trees you can see in front of me here, the really big ones and the smaller ones. The small little ones are the ones I'm going to be able to gather from at the beginning. And how I'm going to gather from them to get sticks is I'm going to punch them. So I'm going to go over here, run up against a tree, see the mouse changes, and now I can punch a tree. And you can see one wood stick, two, so on. So I'm gathering some wood sticks here. I can't remember how many I need because I haven't done basic tools in a while. I just need one and one, so I don't need very much. And this one I need some fibre twine and some leather straps. I'm going to have to actually kill something before I can actually make the bow. And then the arrows, which I'm going to need for the bow, I'm going to need the twine and the wood sticks. So we're going to gather a little bit more wood sticks here. Just okay. Trees come down. Trees do not fall on me. Trees do not damage you. Okay. Next thing we want is some flint. So I'm going to show you two things at once here. I'm going to show you the water because I'm going to need water pretty soon here. So this is something which I got in the game and I died twice right at the beginning because I did not know where the water was. There is no map, so you can hear N, there's no map in this game. So I'm standing at the front of my base looking at the tree. See here there's like a little valley where I've just used my head to show. A little valley here. That's where I'm going to head, so I'm run straight at that, and I'm going to run at it. For now, I'm going to use up my stamina because I know I'm going to go grab some water. And I know I've got one piece of food on me, so food I'm not too worried about. These torches you can see laying around, these are player place, so originally this would have just all been dark right at the very beginning. And if we go to different faction sides, theirs might be different as well. So while we're on the subject of factions and we're running towards our water here, through this valley, there's 3 factions. Each of the factions starts exactly the same and actually have an identical map. And over on my right side and my left side there's a portal, and one portal takes me to one faction, the other portal takes me to the other faction, and they have exactly the same going around, so it's like a big circle of portals. Where if I go through this portal on my side, on the other side's faction it would take me to the other side's portal, and as I say, it's a circle. So here we go, here's our water. So E to drink, and I've drunk, and as you see now my blue bar where my water is, it's actually filled up. There's some pigs which are aggressive and some are not. These are non-aggressive pigs. Okay, good. So let's make our first tools. So we need flint for those. So just confirming here, flint and flint. Now I know over here on the side, I'm going to whip out that torch again so you guys can see. Oh, here's an aggressive one. Okay. I don't have a weapon on me, so I'm going to run away. Okay, so I'm not going to gather flint from there. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to gather flint from over here. So, going back up towards the base, you can always tell where the base is because it has this shimmering shield which sits around it. And the only time the shimmering shield comes down is on the judgment hours. So you can see some stones here, and so can't do anything. But if you look at the base and then we look towards the tree and we look slightly left, there's an area down here, and people like call this like Pig Alley. It's got a load of pigs in it. Some aggressive, some not. But I know there's flint down there. So where that torch is down there, I think there's going to be some flint. So we're going to hope for the best. Hope there's no pigs down there. And run down and see if I can grab some flint. I just need a couple of pieces of flint. So without a torch, no, I can't without a torch. Maybe my torch broke. So these little stones on the ground, these are flint. once again, left mouse click to pick them up, and it's going to go like this. So it goes from a dot to a crosshair and picking up flint. That's all I can see. Did my torch break? Yeah, my torch broke. Okay. So I've got a couple of pieces of flint, I've got some wood, I've got some fibre. I can make my basic tools, hopefully. So I'm just going to run back up the hill here just so I'm out of the way of the pigs. And gather a couple more pieces of berries in it. So you might see the berries going into my bar down here. Anything which is usable will go into your bar automatically. So if you have your bar full up, then it will go to your inventory. So I can eat these berries. So number one, I can eat them, and you see my food and my drink go up a little bit. And once again with number two. This is a good way to sustain yourself right at the beginning before you can actually get to the water source. So, once again, let's go here, and we're going to go personal crafting. We're going to go stone hatchet. We've got some flint here. Oh, it was cobblestone I needed my pig. Okay, so I'm going to craft one. Once it's crafted, it will go into my inventory. So number one. Okay. So that's good. So now I have a basic weapon as well. I can hit these now, and I can get some cobblestone. Not very well. I can't remember how many pieces of cobblestone I needed. I just needed 2 pieces of cobblestone. There's a cobblestone. Okay, so now we go back to creative crafting, and we got ourselves our pick. Now we are going to have to use these weapons at the beginning to kill a pig. Pigs are not that tough. There's different levels of them. These ones in this area are not. So here we go again. Once again, I'm going to take this weapon out of my hand so I can pick up these, and I've got some more flint ready to make my next weapons. So, some of these pigs are going to run away, so I might have a hard time chasing them, but this one's an aggressive one. I haven't hit this thing at all. Maybe I didn't equip it. I'm not hitting him. Oh, I was hitting him, it just wasn't making the sound effect. Normally it makes that sound effect. So, you can harvest in 2 ways. You can harvest with this pickaxe, or you can harvest with the axe, and it will give you different stuff. Pickaxe will give me more meat. The hatchet will give me more hides. So I want hides because I want to make that bow. So there's my leather scraps. More leather scraps. A raw meat. And he's gone. Okay, so now let's look back at it again. Now we need some fibre twine, some wood sticks, and those leather scraps. So we need 6 fibre twine. So 6. Oh, it makes 5 per, I forgot. Okay, so we made a good couple, but that's okay because we need to make some arrows as well. So we're going to make our bow. And make some arrows. We need more arrows. So once again, we're back to, I'm going to hit some trees. I'm going to hit it with a pickaxe. So I've got, once again with trees, it's 2 things I can do: the hatchet or pickaxe. With the hatchet, I'm going to get more wood planks. With the pickaxe, I'm going to get more sticks. And I want sticks because I want arrows. So, got a makeshift bow. If you click on the bow, it shows you what ammo types you've got available. So I'm using my wood arrows. I want to quickly craft up some more. Okay, so now I've got 30 wood arrows. Now, to shoot this bow, right click aims, left click shoots. And you have to repeatedly do that. It's actually, bows are quite tough to use effectively. So, I can't hit him, see it's still a dot. So I need to get him into a range where I can. So I can now hit him. And you see the red cross, and then I hit him. And he's an aggressive one, so he's coming for me. So I'm going to keep shooting. And he's down. And now I can once again use whichever tool I want to gather what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go for some more scraps just for now. base again, just to give you a point of reference. So I'm going to recover some real quick basics for you so you know where things are. So, standing at the base, looking at the tree, the little valley on the right hand side of the tree, whichever faction you're on, is always going to be where your first and big main water source is. As we did see, there was an aggressive pig down there, and that can be a problem occasionally. So looking down, see my food and water are running low now, been spreading quite a bit. So I'm actually going to need to cook some stuff up. I know I have a campfire over there, so we're going to run down there. You won't have a campfire at the beginning. You're going to have to actually level up to gain the ability to build a campfire. So you might have to use a good number of berries and things like that to start you off. Actually, all my food which I had on me went bad, so I will have to cook up some food, otherwise I'm going to start starving out. So once again, e-drinks. You can go into this water, there's nothing aggressive in here at the moment. And as I say, someone on my team has placed a campfire which they've left burning, so I can go place my meat in it and I can cook it up. Just a point to note, when you do get a campfire, you do have to click on the thing you want to make. And you'll see down here, it's starting to cook it. This type of food does not instantly give you a full little bar, it's like over time. So I'm going to put it down here, come out, click on it, I ate that piece of food, and you'll see my bar start rising slowly but steadily. If I wanted to get more food, I would use